Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this UPSL Premier Division match here at Shiloh General Stadium, Charlie Jordan Field. If you would now, please, if you're able to, stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to Shiloh Stadium. This doubleheader of UPSL Georgia Premier Division action brought to you by Images Frozen in Time. Larry, we were here alongside Andre Bomar. And Andre, we get to welcome back to the UPSL Premier Division Limeno Georgia.
Yeah, this is going to be a welcome back here for Limeno, who were previously in the Premier Division. And now they are back after being promoted from Division I from last season, very successful season from last season. And in a sense, SSL is in a similar vein because this is a team that's unlike the team last season. And so it'll be interesting to see how they both settle in to this new spring time season here in the UPSL Premier.
SSL now under the tutelage of Tony Tiente, been with the USL with Atlanta United 2s, before he came back to Kalanchi Pro Profile later in the fall season last year, now going to coach this SSL team. And like you were saying, Trey, at pregame, he said that the staff for SSL not very happy with the complement of the team last season, decided to make wholesale changes, and we're going to see a brand new SSL.
Yeah, it was a situation talking to the Kalanji Academy coach. You know, that's the relationship they have with the KSA Academy SSL. Bruno Kalanji was not very happy with the attitude of a lot of the players that were there, more so than just the performance. And so he was looking for those players, a younger team that's a little bit more hungry and that's going to fight for honors this season. So it'll be interesting to see, because we have a very young team that they're playing against here in Limeno, but a very seasoned team and well-coached team.
And for those watching at home that may not be aware, this SSL team was, before it became a product of its own, was basically the Kalanchi Pro Profile U23 team before they branched out on their own. So they're somewhat affiliated with Kalanchi Pro Profile, but they are really their own entity. Just about to get ready for kickoff here. It's going to be Limeno Georgia are going to get us underway. They're going to be in the blue kits with the yellow accents moving from left to right, and it's going to be Kalanchi Pro Profile, or excuse me, SSL. See, I already messed it up, and we haven't even got to kick up. SSL are in the red and white kits. They're moving from right to left.
There's such a relationship between the two teams, and that's what makes their derby whenever they play together very interesting.
It always has been kind of a big brother and little brother when these two teams battle each other.
Yeah, wait to see how they're going to settle up. This is, again, as we talked about before, very much a brand new team, SSL. So a lot of the ways that last season's team played is going to be a mystery in this game today. But I guess, you know, when you think about the Kalanji Academy, they're still taught from that philosophy, and Tony Tiente will probably bring a lot of the same type of energy from the Kalanji into SSL.
Offsides there for Limeno Georgia. You can see Bruno Kalanji down there on the sidelines, pacing already. Tony Tiente as well as other staff members.
Yeah, it's amazing too, Larry, that, you know, these teams coming from the same academy, they really are rivals with each other. They want to, you know, put each other down a little bit and show that they are the better team, whether you're at Kalanji Pro Profile or SSL. So there's bragging rights here at Shiloh Stadium, and you know, this is the start of everything this first weekend of the match of the season.
As I look at the roster for SSL, there are just a few names that we are used to seeing. Tried to take that shot into the box, steps in, cleared away by the defense of Limeno Georgia. Foley trying to send the ball in there, number 20 for SSL, not able to do so.
Yeah, the pace is already very high, Larry, and you wonder if they're not really sitting back and waiting and trying to figure out the opponent. They're trying to attack each other, which is refreshing to see. It's a very entertaining game already early on in this match.
And that was one of the things that was lacking in the fall season last year with SSL. Ever since that they came into the Premier League, they were always very aggressive. Last season, they were almost hand-tied. They didn't have any attack. There was a lot of players that had left the club. You had the likes of Chick Som, but he didn't have anybody to connect with, and he really struggled throughout that fall season.
Yeah, you have to wonder about the coaching, because it didn't seem like they had a cohesiveness that was going to be challenging to most teams, and it turned out to be that way as we see the go for the coach.
Offsides there.
Offside, yeah.
Tried to do something, a little bit of a mix-up as Foley was trying to release it over to the far side, leads to the offsides for SSL.
Yeah, we'll have to get used to these new names now for SSL. And obviously with Limeno being new to the Premier Division, I didn't see a lot of them in Division One. We did cover their championship game against Pachuca last season, where they lost to Pachuca in the final, but they had already qualified as division winners to be promoted.
Here's a move down the far line, cleared out, back to the keeper. Medina is just going to blast it out. And we haven't seen Limeno Georgia in the Premier Division for about three seasons. Able to handle the pressure there.
Well done by the defender.
Gutierrez was able to relieve the pressure, number 4, who receives the ball back. But this is a totally revamped Limeno Georgia that we saw those seasons past. Not going to see the likes of players like Gio Rios, who has moved on into the professional circuit.
Yeah, it's a very, as you can see from just looking at the game here, very young team. Very much an academy-looking team, much like Pachuca is as well. The two promotees.
Beautiful release of the ball. Is he able to get there? No, he's not. Good collision there.
Brave work by the goalkeeper there.
Medina had to get that right, and he did. Little bit of a collision between the two players, but no harm, no foul. In more ways than one.
First real chance there. SSL almost caught up with that ball. Looks like they're running with a single attacker up top.
Wins the ball. Foul committed. Take a look really quick at that opportunity there. You can see quickly receiving the ball back, sending it from center circle. And that ball, as it bounces, the keeper has to make the decision, decides to go low, and gets it right.
Yeah, because he runs the risk if he hesitates, he's going to let that attacker in. And
well, he had the idea. He lifted his arms like he wanted to grab it, and then quickly realized he was not going to make it in time. Good challenge there. Going to be a foul committed by Limeno.
Even game so far.
They called that not a foul, but out for a throw-in. As we talked many times here at Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium, the barrier on the far side and the near side here, you'll see it is a very, very dark gray touchline.
Very hard to see. I'm sure it's particularly hard to see on the broadcast. We can barely see it live here from the press box. But that's the challenge when you have these mixed-use fields like this. Of course, Shiloh High School football team, gridiron football team, plays here.
Limeno working through center circle. Back over here to Gutierrez. He moves forward. Taken off of Castrillon. He gets it back. Sent forward. Similar run. And that's another big change for us here for SSL this season, Dre. Keeper has changed.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many changes.
Ziza is now the keeper for.
Oh, errant pass there.
Limeno able to recover.
That's one thing I was going to look at too, Larry, because SSL, this is a team largely formed this week. You know, that a lot of the old players have been dismissed, but how well will they kind of gel with each other for this first game? It remains to be seen. They haven't had any experience in even a friendly to play. They try to get a through ball down that middle, cleared nicely there by the SSL keeper.
And Gad's able to just clear that out. Typically speaking, in a Kalanchi Pro Profile SSL style, they like to play a 4-3-3. You can see those 4 defensive line up high. But once you look in that midfield and those wingers, it's just kind of a bunch of players, just a bees around a honeypot, if you wish.
Yeah, I think it started out that way with the two forwards playing out wide as wingers, but they seem to be collapsing towards the middle as play goes on. But that might be just because they're not used to playing with each other.
Hard challenge on Gutierrez there. Play still sent forward. Advantage was played. Gutierrez is still down on the pitch.
Got hit down on the lower back there. Oh,
kind of
tough
a no-look
challenge.
pass. It's going to be a throw for SSL. Gutierrez is finally up.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to walk that off.
That's okay, young man. You got many, many years to go before your back can officially hurt.
Before you get into my neighborhood.
Throw in. Good turn from SSL. Lose possession. Cheeky little pass there. 1-2 from Limeno.
Good movement.
But cut down by that defensive line of SSL.
Little heavy touch there at the end.
And that was one of the things that was lacking for SSL last season, and it was the defensive line let so many goals in that was uncommon for SSL. They always pride themselves on very low-scoring games.
Yeah, and some of the games they did lose, they lost late. And, again, it's you wonder about the concentration levels and how well they're coached when they're losing games like that, and they ended up in the relegation zone at the end of the season.
Tried to release down the channel, not able to get that pass right. SSL looking for another round of attack. Release it from center circle. Good ball forward, just enough of space for the Limeno defender. Send it out for a throw.
Yeah, we have to kind of remind everybody SSL are in Premier because FC Atlanta voluntarily relegated themselves to Division I for this season, which left space for them to stay.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they'd be playing Division I ball this season.
Yeah, last season they ended the regular season in 13th place, relegation zone. FC Atlanta decided they wanted to go down because they were doing the same thing as SSL, retooling and reshaping their squad. Also, a few other teams decided to remove themselves from competition, the likes of Legends FC. They decided that they are no longer going to seek UPSL activities. And the removal of teams from Premier Division, the likes of Atlanta City and Vino Tinto Atlanta.
Yep, the landscape has changed a bit, but for every team that leaves, there's a team ready to replace them, and that's no different this season. It's going to remain very competitive from top to bottom, arguably more competitive than last season.
Good pressure by Limeno, able to relieve it, get it back to the back line of SSL. 14 teams in Premier Division this season, 20 teams in Division I. Division I separated into two different sectors, Division I North, Division I South. They will start up the week of the 23rd. And we have teams all the way up from Tennessee, Chattanooga, all the way down into deep, deep Georgia and Alabama. A lot of travel going to be happening for these squads this spring season.
We have the added excitement of the women's division starting up this May. Kick things off with the Women's Community Cup, which will be March 15th at Silverbacks Park. That'll be North Georgia United women against the Forest Rovers women.
Another throw in for Limeno. Center official wants that ball a little bit farther back. Every player tries to gain a little bit of extra yardage. Gutierrez picks up that brand new Voigt ball. The official match ball sponsor of the UPSL.
Yep, new partnership with the league.
Back underway here in the 14th minute. 0-0, Limeno Georgia and SSL FC here at Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium, Snellville, Georgia. As we always like to say, it's a beautiful day for soccer. Absolutely almost no cloud in the sky.
Great day
Wind
for
is
the Utes.
significantly less than what it was last night when we were up in Dalton, Georgia, where it was gusting over 18 miles an hour. That one was a nasty little challenge on number 7 for SSL. Looking to have a place to go. He likes to go back. Shot taken. What a goal for Limeno Georgia. Absolute ripper.
Great approach play there, Larry. Come out the right
Alex
side.
Ramirez, number 7, have a bow, young man. Take a look again at this opportunity for Limeno Georgia. You see he comes down this near channel, gets over the defender, hits the brakes on the back line, lays it back. Perfect opportunity, nothing the keeper could do. Back of the net for Limeno Georgia, 1-0.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of disorganization from SSL. First, of course, the skillful play of the forward, getting his space out to that right side, but nobody tracked the oncoming player coming behind him, and he was able to get a good shot off of a free shot there, and he puts it away for Limeno's quick lead here in the first half.
And you have to say some of that comes from the fact of number 7, Pape, being injured right before that happened, wasn't able to get back. And then Limeno were able to utilize that space and that opportunity to get it in the back of the net for the 1-0 lead.
All right, so now we got to see how will SSL respond to this.
You know how we always like to say hashtag response time.
And that's where we are. The first 5 minutes after a goal is a lot of drama can happen in the other direction.
Not exactly how SSL was wanting their season to kick off. That ball is knocked out, will be a throw for SSL.
Remember the scenario at North Georgia United last season that had the same situation. It was you get a little space off to the right side but couldn't control it on that right wing. But they too ended up in the relegation zone, were allowed to stay, and then the following season were able to qualify for the playoffs. So they had a very successful season, and they won their first game of this season yesterday in emphatic fashion against FC Birmingham, the game that we covered.
Yeah, we'll see if SSL can have the same opportunity that North Georgia United were able to do last fall, because they also had to bring in a new coach, Coach K. And we were able to see that match last night live, where they were able to open their campaign at home, winning 4-2 over FC Birmingham. And like we said after the match, no matter how many goals that Coach K and his North Georgia United squad scored, that goal from Bailey Harris, that header for FC Birmingham, that is the highlight of that match, even coming up on that losing campaign. But a beautiful goal there by number 7, Bailey Harris.
Yeah, most likely, of course, that's going to be in the Goals of the Week highlight video that we put together each week for sure. But, you know, again, North Georgia United, Ronald Madiaga and Emmanuel Lum, two of the standout forwards for North Georgia, again combining to get those 4 goals, 2 apiece, and they're going to be both contenders for the Golden Boot this season.
Be a goal kick for Limeno Georgia. Now, one thing that I will bring up for you, Dre, I'll be remiss if I don't. One of the things that we have to remember when it comes to Limeno Georgia, or excuse me, when it comes to SSL, SSL is a highly amount of players that are Muslim. And of course, in the Muslim community, they are currently going through Ramadan. So some of these players could also be in the moments of fasting.
Yeah, that's it.
In this match. So We have to think about that for any of the Muslim players for SSL.
Yeah, that's typically something that they plan for. I know there was a Muslim player on FC Birmingham, same thing. They have to be very careful because it's fasting during the day, and this is a very demanding game, so you have to really be careful physically on how you handle that. But they seem to handle it every season and excel with it. So it's amazing to see what you can do, what the human body can do under duress like this.
Hamadou lays it off to his partner Pape, sends it forward. Sorry, that was Ohana. Michael Ohana is a player that has been around in SSL for some time. So you see those two center backs are veterans, Ohana and Hamadou, for SSL. It's very typical of the Kalanji system where you have those two-star veterans in your two center back roles to kind of be a calm before the storm. Unfortunately, they weren't able to hold off that first goal. We'll see if they can continue.
Limeno seems to have found something down this right side. They keep trying to come down, and they are finding space. Couldn't quite hold on to it that time. I think they see something they can exploit down this right side.
Coming through the midfield in center circle. Send it forward. Getting over here to the near side to Folly. Looking for a path forward, just gets into the box, hits the brakes, slides it across, but right into the hands of Medina. Good work for the keeper to hold on to that ball. .21 minutes into the match, 1-0 Limeno Georgia over SSL FC.
That was the best sequence from SSL so far this match.
Again, if you like what we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell to get alerts the next time for a live match, which in our case will be in just about 2 hours when Kalanji Pro Profile welcomes Georgia Athletic here at Shiloh Stadium. That'll be the first corner of the match. First corner of the match in the 21st minute going to SSL.
Now we get to see both sides in the set piece here. Limeno in defense, SSL in attack. Doesn't seem to be a really big size advantage for either side here, so it's going to be sort of even. Two very quick sides. A lot of blue shirts back.
It's going to be Oyambo who's going to take this. It'll be an out swinger. And that one doesn't even make it into the field of play. From my angle, it didn't, but it did enough that it's going to be the second corner.
Yeah, headed away by Limeno. Another opportunity for SSL.
Second corner of the day. That one, to me, looked like it had curved out of play, but it apparently not.
Yeah, we're at that weird angle, though.
Here comes, looks like they thought about taking it short. We'll see if they do so, or if they're going to do this in-swinger into the box. Indeed, an in-swinger to the back post, headed up, but cleared out. And that'll be a throw deep, deep, deep in Limeno's third for them.
Let's see SSL try to keep them bottled up back there in the corner.
Gained about 10 yards on that throw. Hey, if you can do it, do it.
They always try.
Here, getting away from
speed.
SSL, good pace.
Nice
Able
move.
to get past two men. Gadd goes down, and it's easily put in the net for Limeno Georgia for the second goal.
I was waiting to see if the referee was going to call anything there. It was a 50-50 ball, but he is called for the goal. I know the defenders for SSL are having a discussion right now, but it's a fair play and a very easy finish there at the end.
You see, he gets around the first two defenders, the third trying to hold him off. Gadd comes in, basically a clattering of the defender and the keeper for SSL which spills the ball out and leads to the second goal for Limeno Georgia, 2-0 in the 24th minute.
Yeah. Both players have a right to go for that ball, including the goalkeeper as well as the attacking player. And those 50-50 balls, there's going to be a contact. This is a contact sport.
Players for SSL still having a conversation with the center official.
What a great
But
start.
that one, and you go back and you look at the replay, I got to say it was more the keeper and the defender clattering into each other. Foley now, he's trying to make something happen. Good little flick into the box, cleared away.
Oh,
Great job there by Limeno Georgia, as that was really, to me, the first good attack for SSL.
another chance to break.
And you were talking about that right-hand side, but now all of a sudden they've switched tactics and moved over to the left-hand, the far side. They were using this near channel to success for Limeno. Now they're going to the far channel.
I think they have an advantage down either side. They have the superior speed going around both wings. Something SSL is going to have to contend with here. Going down 2-0 so early.
Gutierrez, good little flick, but loses it. He's going to be offsides, coming back from an offside position. Here in the 26th minute.
You've seen flashes of SSL being able to get forward and threaten a bit, but they do look a little. They do have a question mark in that back line.
But like you said,
especially on the
Trey,
fullbacks.
you know, could this just be the fact that these players are just unfamiliar with each other?
Yeah, I think that has to be part of it. I mean, these guys just started practicing together this week as they put this new team together for SSL. Very, very much different from last season.
And you're going to say that could have led to that second goal, as your keeper is the one that needs to be dictating the pace to those defenders to let them know when he's coming out and when he's going for it. There's a nasty little challenge. No foul called by the center official. We play on. SSL man is still down. And then there's going to be just a push in the back.
Yeah,
and that
from the
could
back.
result in a yellow card. And indeed it will. And it's going to be called for extending the elbow out.
Yeah, it was a good challenge there in the box. The SSL player slowly getting up now.
Take a look at this as he's down, a return of play. And as he's moving forward, trying to catch up, and he just bumps into him and earns the yellow card.
A little
And
bit
that
clumsy
is
from behind.
number 18, Lusant, who receives our first yellow card of the day in the 27th minute, for those of you keeping track.
And so far, the promoted teams have done well this early part of the season. Pachuca tying with Georgia Revolution yesterday, 0-0.
Called off. The fourth official has called the center official over to have a conversation, and Coach Bruno is going to get a yellow card because he is dissenting upon that foul that happened in the box.
Yeah, I think it's a little early to be arguing something like that. I mean, it's...
We have it queued up. Take a look real quick. You see, as this ball is coming in, he's trying to work around it. Sliding challenge, that is what Bruno is saying should have been considered a foul in the box. Center official decided otherwise.
Well, the referee's in a much better position than us or the coach. So, you know, when they're close like that, you have to go with what the referee is calling.
The referee is calling for the SSL man, number 14, to step away from the taker there.
He took a half step away.
Oyambo, yeah, about a half step. Shot taken, easily handled by the keeper, as that one was about 3 yards away from the goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to pick your battles when it comes to arguing certain calls. I think that when you're 2-0 down and you have an opportunity, it looks like it might be a penalty. Maybe that might be one battle you want to call, but it was done, and it was down to the other side. So when you're still arguing, and I don't think the referee's going to change his mind at that point.
Foul committed by Limeno right there. And Dre, this is something that we talked about, and it was a part of the meeting that we had this last Thursday with the league, with the commissioner of the league, Jan Squire, and the COO, Lewin Frazier, where the officials let these teams know that the referee abuse is not going to be tolerated this season going forward.
Yeah, and the referees are going to be given a lot of leeway there, and they're going to be given the power to even stop games under certain circumstances if necessary, if there's abuse from either players, coaches, or even spectators in some cases.
Miscommunication there between the two SSL men leads to a throw-in for Limeno Georgia. Gutierrez.
Yeah, safety is paramount. Miscue. It's going to give that back to Limeno.
Gutierrez thought about going back, decides to go forward with this throw in. Good touch, lose possession though. Tight spaces, SSL come out with the ball. Ohana sends it long, but not long enough for the on runner. Limeno able to come away with it. Foul going to be committed by Limeno. That ball is about 20, almost 30 yards out, but very central to the box. Plenty of space to get this ball up and down over the wall. We'll see if SSL can get it on frame here.
Yeah, if you got somebody with a foot, they can really make a threat here. It's far enough away that if power is used.
It's been quite a few years back that most of our viewers will not know the likes of Atlanta Elephants.
Known for those long-range rockets. Ooh,
That
what a
one-
waste.
That one was a chip shot that ends up rolling all the way to Lilburn, Georgia.
Yeah, I think he wanted to place that. He went for a placement instead of power, but got it hopelessly wrong. Got a little bit under it. But this is probably, Larry, not a true testament to what we will see with SSL during the season as they learn to gel with each other. Obviously, if they're from a KSA academy, you're going to have skillful players, but they're not quite tuned up as a team just yet.
You can see flashes of what to expect. They just haven't got the cohesion yet. Good layoff. Into the box, shot. Wow.
Not bad, yeah.
Nice build up of play there for SSL.
They're starting to settle down a little bit now, SSL, and I wonder, too, if Limeno is kind of pulling back a little bit with that 2-goal lead. Don't have quite the need for the urgency.
It's not ready to call Jose to rent the bus just yet.
Not
There's
yet.
still plenty of time left in this match as we're just entering the 34th minute. But you can definitely take your foot off the gas a little.
And I will say, Limeno have a pretty good traveling entourage of fans here. Well-supported club.
Controlled by SSL. Lifted into center circle, headed straight up by Limeno. Nice header straight down into the dirt, but it's going to be called out of play, and it'll be a throw.
Couldn't quite keep it in. Yeah, he was picking up a full head of steam there down that left side. That's the thing is SSL kind of get a little bit more success in attack. They do have to watch out in defense and not get caught out.
Another throw for SSL. Let's do it all over again, quickly this time. Limeno Georgia call Meadow Creek High School home over in Norcross, Georgia. They're used to these Gwinnett County High School stadiums. The stadium's maybe just a little bit wider than Meadow Creek.
Yeah, this one is wider. Meadow Creek known for being very narrow in comparison. Changes your tactics quite a bit.
Good challenge there, but a foul is going to be called.
It's like the referee, I think, was thinking about that one.
Even I was thinking about that one, Dre. We'll take a look at it again and see the position of the referee. See, as this ball comes forward and headed.
Stuck his leg in. I don't know. I guess it looks like I guess it could have gone either way. I mean,
definitely not a yellow card offense.
This too is not a bad distance.
Yeah. Orta over the ball.
Left footer.
Good shot.
Wow, good save.
Great save by the keeper. Spills it, but he's able to make up for that. Nobody from Limeno was on the attack, so he had plenty of time to get up.
Good effort, though. Got it on target.
Good ball out. That was a good about 75, 80 yards that he sent that ball out from goal. Foul committed by Limeno in that exchange, and number 15, Sal Romero, is going to receive a yellow card for Limeno here in the 37th minute. So one yellow card in the 27th minute for SSL, and this one coming in the 37th minute for Limeno. Center official wanting the ball back a few steps. Brandon Donovan is our center official. AR1 is Thomas Brigman. AR2, Mary Fernandez. And the fourth official is Robert Bange.
It's a very experienced crew. They've done a lot of our UPSL games over the past few seasons.
Ball lifted into the box. Bounces, but cleared out by Limeno. Leaped over the Limeno player. He's down on the turf. They're going to stop play.
Yeah, it has to because he's holding his head, so the referee is having to stop play as it's in motion here, calling for the trainer to come over.
As the SSL man leaped to head that ball, kind of landed on the Limeno player. Trainer coming out to check on the player. Tez gives us an opportunity to look at the action from this week 1. 3 matches from yesterday. Dalton United with an impressive win over FC Columbus at home, 6-0. North Georgia United commanding 4-2 victory over FC Birmingham. At one point, that match was 3-0 for North Georgia United. Pachuca, Georgia, and Georgia Revolution, they end the match 0-0. And then we have these 2 matches today. And then we talk about week 2. A lot of matches, some of the teams on break this week 1. FC Columbus Elite will welcome UMAFC. Fountain City, that'll be a doubleheader, welcomes North Georgia United at 7. And then we have just a bottleneck of games at 7 o'clock. Georgia Revolution welcomes Potros FC. Limeno Georgia welcomes Pachuca, Georgia. 2 teams from Division I that are now here in Premier. FC Birmingham welcomes Kalanchi Pro Profile. That match may get rescheduled per information we received before this match. And then Sunday over at Discovery High School, Georgia Athletic welcomes SSL, and Albion SC Atlanta welcomes Dalton United.
Yeah, the Limeno Pachuca will be an interesting one. That's going to be a rematch of the Division I playoff final from last season. A game won by Pachuca, which allowed them to also be promoted last season. Limeno actually won the regular season division title. So these are 2 very strong Division I teams that have come up. And we see here that Limeno continues that fine form as they take this 2-0 lead.
Drop ball. We'll get back underway. Here in the 41st minute. Probably say maybe 2 minutes of stoppage time. Trying to find a path through. 4 men for SSL are
Clutch
able
defender.
to get that possession. That's a push from behind and no foul.
Play on.
We play on. Here's a good ball through.
Nice
Deflected,
defense.
and it's going to be called a goal kick.
Yeah, it came off of the SSL player to go over the end line. And I think that the attacker's pretty upset because I think he wanted the ball a little bit wider rather than through the middle. It gave the defender an opportunity to come across and take that ball from him.
Yeah, you see that ball just a little too central to allow him space to attack.
Yeah, he immediately was talking to the player that gave that through ball.
And like you said, those are the little things that you learn as you grow as a team.
Yeah.
You learn where certain players like the ball presented for them.
Yeah, you know, SSL have fallen behind here, but they look capable. You know, when you see the individual play, it's just not, again, it's just the team aspect is just not there. It's come through the player. That'll be a foul.
Foul on SSL.
Give 10 yards.
Back underway. Limeno sends it forward, but cut off. Just not able to control the pace of that pass. And that is really, when it comes down to it, Dre, that's one of the items that showcases amateur versus professional, is just being able to handle, as a player, handling those passes and those balls that have pace on them.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see what happens in the second half. Tony Tiente, who is a professional player, he's coaching SSL today. He's also a player for many years with Kalanji Pro Profile and Atlanta
There's
United.
another
too.
nasty challenge there. Foul called. The SSL man is somewhat confused about why he was called. We'll take a look at the replay. You see, as this ball comes forward from Limeno, it's just a collision between the 2 players. And it's almost really called, you would think that the referee is almost thinking that that the SSL man was going after the player and not after the ball. And that's why he called the foul.
Yeah, Coach Machilla over there talking to the fourth official about it. But looks like he's back up. It's going to be okay, and we're going to get play restarted here.
So this will be a free kick for Limeno in the 44th minute.
Yeah, a few little fouls here in this last few minutes kind of stopped the momentum of the game.
36 yards out, lifted towards the keeper, easily grabbed.
Yeah, both teams struggling to have an effect with their free kicks. Had one good one down this side.
Good turn, cleared out by Limeno.
Yeah, just to finish my thought from earlier, I think Tony Tiente will have something valuable to share with his team that might make the difference for their play in the second half. A lot of experience he's going to be able to share with them.
It's only 2 goals. SSL can get back into this match extremely quickly.
Yeah, if they can get something before the half, that would change the game immensely. And getting a little bit more possession now.
Lifted forward, headed by the defender, but still in control of it is SSL. And that ball's going to get knocked out, and he's going to be a throw for SSL. Good long throw into the box quickly. Chested down, holds off one defender, but it gets cleared out by the second. Trying to hold off the one on the far side. He's going to commit the foul. You can see there between the defender of Limeno Georgia and number 20, Folly. A little bit of hand fighting there.
Oh, after that quick throw in, he almost got that ball in a position where he could take a shot at an open net because he had the defender going the wrong way, but he couldn't quite get it under control quick enough. But they do have another opportunity here with a set piece, free kick. About 12 yards out, but at an angle. Excuse me, 22 yards.
I was waiting.
My little brain figured it out after a while.
Deflected and will be a corner.
Yeah, the old brain's not as quick as it used to be.
So far, SSL owning all of the corners. Quickly taken. Still in possession.
Nice
Gets around
move.
the man, into the box. Lifted across, but headed straight up into the air. Defense is still trying to get rid of it. Shot taken, and that one is just blasted.
He had a lot of time to think about it. I think it was Pape, I believe it was, coming up to take that shot after the clearance from the Limeno defender. Got a bit under it.
He gets around the man, and this ball goes straight up into the air and
got
back
it on the
out.
volley.
He just takes a whack at it, and just his body's not in the proper positioning, and it's just pulled wide.
I think he had a little bit more time than he thought. He took it on the volley.
We're here in the 48th minute. Foul committed right at center circle. We don't know exactly how many minutes of stoppage time we had, but we're already 2 minutes in.
Yeah, we had a couple of injuries, a couple of goals. Possibly 4 minutes, I think, cumulative.
That's fair. Get us back underway, basically at half line. Sent forward. Got past one defender, not past the second. Shoulder to shoulder. That one will be a throw for Limeno. And that is going to do it for the first half here at Shiloh Stadium. It's going to be Limeno Georgia 2, SSL FC 0. Dre, some of your thoughts before we go to half.
Limeno look very experienced right now with the 2-0 lead. Great start for them. I think SSL are trying to find their feet right now, trying to learn each other and get some cohesion going between themselves. But Limeno's in the catbird seat. They are driving the game right now. It's going to be upon Tony Tiente and the coaching staff at SSL to make a few changes there. But they've been getting forward. They've had chances. They just haven't been able to convert and been a little bit shaky in defense, as you would expect from a new team like this. But looks for a very exciting start to the second half to see if this continues or if SSL can make a difference.
Well, they'll go into the locker room for the break and discuss tactics for the second 45. We'll step away for a few minutes, grab some beverages and some snacks, and come back here for the second half at Shiloh Stadium. Limeno Georgia 2, SSL FC 0. And welcome back to Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh Stadium on the campus of Shiloh High School in Snellville, Georgia. We come in to the break, Limeno Georgia 2, SSL 0. Larry, we were here alongside Andre Bomar. And Andre, SSL FC really struggling that first 45 to find their feet. A lot of players changing in this squad for SSL.
Yeah, and like we said before, a lot of it comes from this being a new team, new players learning how to play together. It's going to take a little while for them to gel, whereas Limeno have been together for many seasons. Both teams are going to be well coached, but Limeno just has a little bit more experience. Although it's a very young team, there's a lot they have as an advantage over SSL right now, although SSL is playing from home. But this is another 45 minutes. Let's see what Tony Tiente and company have been able to do for SSL.
SSL gets us underway. They're in their red and white kits moving from left to right. Limeno Georgia in the blue and yellow kits moving from right to left. Thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV. As always, if you like what we do, make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for all news and updates when we go live. Second of this doubleheader here at Shiloh Stadium happening at 7:30. Kalonji Pro Profile welcoming Georgia Athletic.
Yeah, already you see there, Larry, SSL looking very determined to remain in possession. They've had it all this time so far in the early minutes here.
Here we go, moving forward over to Foley, trying to get it centrally. That ball knocked away for a moment, back into the attack. Trying to make it through 2 defenders, gets to Medina. Medina hits the dirt.
Gonna see a little bit of a collision there. I didn't know if the referee was going to charge anybody for it, but no hard feelings, it appears.
Take a look at the replay. You can see as this ball is back into the attack for SSL. He gets through the 2 defenders and goes up against the keeper.
Don't think
just
there's
kind of
much into that. Yeah.
just kind of past him. It really not really
Yeah, I don't think
collision of any type
hard
from
to
what
see if
we
there
could
was
see, but we're over here on the near side. That happening on the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, I think the point is no malicious things were going on there.
Cleared away for a moment. But right into that channel for Limeno. Knocked out. Will be a corner. The first corner of the second half coming for Limeno Georgia.
Yeah, SSL started out very much in control in the first few seconds and a couple of minutes there, and Limeno has now come down with their own break and have earned a corner kick from it.
See a nice ball into that channel and just cleared away. This will be an outswinger for Limeno. Sent centrally to the top. A little bit of a chip off the bar. Tried the acrobatic take there, Limeno Georgia. And that ball is going to get knocked out for the second corner.
I was about to say it was a poor corner in, but the bicycle kick there came off, just evaded the goalkeeper there, came off the post. And just a whisker away from a third goal there for Limeno.
Gutierrez getting set up for this second opportunity in this early second half. Headed right into the arms of Gad, the new SSL keeper.
Doing very well, Limeno, when they do have an opportunity to attack.
Deflected off of the Limeno man. Foley still has it. Working down the line. Wasn't out. Remember, it's that far gray line. No foul committed there. SSL being a little bit more aggressive. Gad having to come deep out of the box to clear that out.
Good action from Gad.
Had to come out almost 15 yards. Holds off the Limeno man, lays it off. Receives it. Lusant, number 18, down on the pitch. He's the lone SSL man with a yellow card, that coming in the 27th minute. The other yellow card was issued to number 15, Sal Romero from Limeno, Georgia. Trainer is being called over for Lusant, and that would give us an opportunity, Dre, to take a look at that bicycle kick again, because that was, you almost would say that that take was wrong because it went farther into it, and that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had come off an SSL player. I think that that was a fortunate ricochet there that gave him an opportunity at that bicycle kick.
And of course, we'll take this opportunity to say a little bit of an acknowledgement to our international viewers. One of our viewers that we always love to talk to from Italy, Andrea Ciao. Always love seeing him here at ASMG TV. It looks like Limeno man was injured in that exchange.
Yeah, he's having to walk off with a little assistance there.
Trying to see who that is that was injured. Lusant is still down on the pitch for SSL.
kind of felt a little awkward here looking at his knee. I was wondering if he got it twisted or maybe tough angle. When you get hit on the side of the knee like that, you can get all sorts of issues with ligaments and tendons.
Looks like it's number 7, Alex Ramirez, who came off for Limeno. He looks to be holding his calf, or even his shin, I should say. And that was one of the injuries from last night, and North Georgia United. Huberty for North Georgia United injured his elbow in just an exchange where he fell onto the turf. He competed and completed the whole match, and there's going to be a substitution. It looks like they are going to substitute both players, both
from each team there,
Lusant and for Ramirez for Limeno.
Looks very much in discomfort.
And that's a real shame for players. You know, you play the very first game of the season, really looking to make a name here in the league, and you come up injured week 1.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We can only hope that it's just a sprain. Hopefully it's nothing more serious than that, but he's having real trouble getting any weight on. He's not putting any weight on it. Referee's not quite ready for him. The injured player is still technically on the field.
Let's wait for him to come off the pitch before you start playing. I'll see if I can discover who it was that.
Ugh. Yeah, he might need.
Back underway, SSL. Now what they need to do is get a goal for Lusant. Give something for Chris to think about.
Yeah, Lusant, he's going to get some help from some of the bench players, going to help him get off of the field here.
Outswinger to the back post, headed out. Will be a goal kick.
Yeah.
And it looks like number 21 is who replaced Chris Lusant for SSL. That would be Samuel Pointes is what I'm going to go with. If not, I apologize.
I'll leave the pronunciations to you.
I'll do my best.
Well, we're going to have to learn these names. A lot of new faces from both of these teams for us. Of course, Limeno played all of last season Division I. We did cover them in the division playoff final against Pachuca. But we'll see a lot more of them this season.
Long forward by SSL. That one, not the best clearance by the newly entered Limeno man.
Still playing. Yeah, a little bit of awkward clearance. I guess we can call it a no clearance because SSL still have the ball here.
It was number 6, Nicholas Gutierrez, who replaced. Still in play.
Pinball.
Still in activity, bouncing around. Cleared out will be a corner.
That was a bit messy.
But number 6, Nicholas Gutierrez, replaced number 7, Alex Ramirez. That was phone booth level attack for both teams. It's going to be another outswinger, this time short. That'll be knocked out. Will be a throw for SSL. SSL really turning up the pressure.
Hey, that was our photographer getting involved there.
Trying to work around 2 men. Gets around the first one. Not able to get around the second one. Lays it off. Ooh. That one sent in, but just didn't really have pace.
I think he was intending to curl that a little bit more. He had a couple of attackers waiting in front of goal, but couldn't get it quite the bend on it that he wanted.
Oyambo trying to send that ball in and just didn't get enough on it. Cleared away by Medina. Goes back to the center back. He's just going to clear it out to relieve some of the pressure. Newly entered Gutierrez loses possession. Still back in possession for Limeno. That one's going to roll out.
Couldn't quite catch up to it.
Number 22, Etanin, could not get to the ball in time.
SSL have looked, in my opinion, better in the second half. A little bit more control, a lot more possession. Aaron pass there, gifts it to SSL.
Headed away by the defense of Limeno, but still in possession from, and he's going to be called for a handball, Yambo, as that ball is deflected off of Limeno, man, back into his arm. Trying to stop there and turn, not able to do so. Deflected off of Etanin, and it's going to go out for a throw. You can hear the fans in the stands for Limeno.
Good traveling support.
Keeper, the good ball forward, gets past the first man, and then there's going to be a foul committed by the SSL man, number 4. At least that looks like number 4.
Yeah, looks like he's got a cramp there.
It's number 3. Brian Villagomez, who is slow to get up. It's a conversation we have almost every single week. Hydration is critical for these players.
Get those electric lights in there.
That ball is deflected, and it's going to roll all the way out. It's going to be a corner for Limeno.
Yeah, I think he was trying to prevent the corner, but couldn't quite catch up to it.
The angle of the deflection and the pace of the ball, just nothing that the SSL man could do to catch up to it. Number 20, Carlos Castrione over the ball. Going to be an in-swinger. Headed away by SSL, one timed back into the box. Another bicycle kick, this time not on frame, and goes out wide for a goal kick.
Good attempt at the volley, couldn't quite get the direction on it he wanted, and then the bicycle kick, the same story. Okay.
Back underway, maybe? Oh, still dealing with a little bit of the exchange between the two players.
Referee's had enough.
Number 2, Sebastian Garabay for Limeno. And the striker for SSL.
Oh, nice trap.
Bit of deflection. Limeno able to win it.
Oh.
Able to keep it. Now moving down the near channel.
A little much for him. But he's going to get
Again,
that corner out of it.
that comes right there. A miscommunication between the keeper and the defender, which results in a corner for Limeno Georgia.
Yeah, that's down to that lack of experience they've had with each other, as we discussed earlier. Another opportunity with the set piece.
Here comes another in-swinger. This one deep, 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 and headed away. Got a Limeno man down.
Yet another
It was
injury.
off the ball. I didn't see what transpired.
I don't know if it was a collision on the approach or what. He's back up. And he's going to continue, so I think the referee might have been thinking that could there have been a clash of heads.
Looks like it was number 4, Eduardo Gutierrez, the man that went down for Limeno. Sent long by SSL, cut off. 62nd minute. Limeno Georgia holding on for that 2-0 lead over SSL. Still in possession, SSL.
Oh, he's
Going
off.
to be called offsides.
He strayed just a foot off before the pass was made to him.
Jason Hall, number 10, is the man that committed offsides. Kalanji Pro Profile committed several substitutions there when Louisant was injured. Again, don't forget, here in the UPSL, each team has the opportunity of 7 substitutions per match. That ball escorted out for a throw for SSL. Good work there.
Still plenty of time for SSL, but they need to get something cooking here soon to get back into the match.
That ball is going to be knocked out. A little bit of a leg around the SSL man. Back and forth we go with possession in the midfield between these two teams. Here's Etna in space. Good work by the defender. It's going to be knocked out, though. Will be a throw. Number 19, Brian Nieto, defender who knocked that out. Orta is going to take this throw in to Etna. Right across the box in possession of SSL. Now here comes an attack. Little bit of a miscommunication on that pass. Leads to an opportunity. Great one time by the Limeno man, but right into the arms of the SSL keeper.
Executing that is a lot harder than it looked. Well done. Goalkeeper placed really well, though. Oh, little lazy pass back to the keeper there.
That ball roll out will be a throw for SSL. 66 minutes, we are under. Limeno holding on to this 2-0 lead. That ball is knocked out, will be a throw yet again for SSL. Lost sight of the ball, but SSL able to maintain possession. Shot taken. That one just didn't have enough on it from Ayambo, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick.
Interesting deflection there. Could have wrong-footed the keeper there. This goes harmlessly out for a goal kick.
Medina gets the ball square, ready to get this ball underway, and does so. Good 60-yard clearance.
SSL with a lot of possession, not able to do much with it so far, but
Here's an
breakthrough
opportunity.
here.
Gets around the keeper, still underneath his feet. And he just sends that one into the heavens. Luckily, the American football post kept it into the stadium.
Oh, what a chance there. Ball over the top.
It's a perfect
Very
ball
well.
into play. It bounces past the defender, gets around the keeper, but he gets the ball stuck underneath his feet. And when he gets it back to him, just kind of overshoots the idea,
Yeah.
wastes the opportunity for SSL.
Yeah, I think his teammate was crying for the ball that was sort of stood behind him. I'm not sure he knew he was there.
That ball's going to roll out. Yet again, another throw for SSL. Time is going to become a factor for SSL very soon.
And we're approaching 70 minutes here soon. And that's when you can start with a 2-goal deficit. You're going to have to try to grab one of those goals back soon.
That one makes it into Etna's possession, but cleared by the defender. Still in possession of Limeno, but that ball makes it right into the hands of the SSL keeper. That one is going to be a foul between the two players, just colliding. A little bit of an extra exchange between them. Just want to settle it down. Number 18 for Limeno, Anthony Guevara, is the one that is called for the foul. Center official is going to go ahead and also give him a piece of plastic to go along with that foul.
And I think some of that had to do with dissent more so than the actual foul. There was a lot of talking going on after that.
So 2 yellow cards now issued to Limeno Georgia, only one for SSL. This ball is almost midway.
Like we said earlier, these referees are giving a lot of power. They're not going to really tolerate too much mouthing off at them.
It's bouncing, looped up into the air by Oyambo. Able to recover it is SSL. That ball's knocked out, will be a throw deep in Limeno's.
What's he doing?
It's almost like he was playing basketball there. You have to give the man space for the throw.
I think he thought it was a Limeno throw.
That one deflects off of Etna, but into SSL's possession. He was going to be called offsides. He did know number 24, David Lopez, knew that he was in an offside position. Thought about holding up. Gets called for it anyways.
And we're inside of 20 minutes to go in this match.
It's time to find a goal for SSL. Otherwise, you're going to get desperate, which could lead to a following goal by Limeno.
Okay, had the ball go out.
Be a throw for SSL.
You
again.
Always inching forward.
Always try to get a yard or two.
Boy, that's almost a foul throw.
You know, it's one of the things we've talked about so many seasons. Etino with the ball.
Oh, good
That
shoulder
ball
charge.
Cleared.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
foul.
I agree with the referee. That's a good shoulder charge.
That was a good shoulder. No, nothing more than that. 50-50, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we almost talked about it ad nauseum at times of the foul throw-ins that we would see over the course of the seasons. Not just in the UPSL, but throughout the professional ranks as well.
Yeah, it goes uncalled a lot of times. You get it every once in a while. But it does have to go directly over your head, and you have to keep both your feet on the ground. Oh, fortunate bounce, but it is still cleared.
That ball bouncing between the two players.
Silky
Limeno
move.
come out with it, get around two defenders, get stuck under the third, and SSL come away with it. Send that ball into open space, but nobody is there for SSL. It's going to get knocked out by the Limeno man. It'll be a throw, quickly taken. Good turn. Tries to send that ball into space. Unfortunately, that's a lot of open space over the touchline, and it'll be a throw. Handball. So far in these first 74 minutes, several pieces that Limeno Georgia can use to build upon throughout this season. For SSL, many things that they need to improve upon.
Yeah, I think with SSL, it's just time playing together. Got a little bit of argy-bargy there that the
The
referee's
season
going to
is
deal with.
very, very long. 16 weeks before we make it into the playoffs.
Yep, 13-game season, 16 weeks to get them done. Get into the divisional playoffs. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. Bottom 2 will get relegated.
Last season for the home opener for SSL, they lost late in the match to Potros FC.
Oh, what an
1-0
ending
lead.
to that game, yeah.
This time, a little bit harder for them.
Ooh,
Able
nice
to control that
turn.
ball well, but he sends it right into the chest of the Limeno defender.
Oh, he's got
Good touch by Limeno.
help in the middle.
Tries to work around the defender. Not able to do so. 4 defenders there.
Quick reaction from SSL on defense, but lost it.
And a foul
Nice
going to be
foul.
committed. You know, and that's one of the things that we've talked about in the past, Dre, is SSL is a lot like Kalanji, and it's actually called a foul on SSL.
SSL, yeah.
But SSL, like Kalanji, they're able to defend in numbers well.
Yeah,
It's
they
just-
react very, very quickly, and they're able to collapse in on the attackers coming in
You know,
and still manage to get breaks off of that to hit on the counter. That's difficult to do.
that second goal from Limeno was more just a miscommunication between the two SSL men. We got a substitution ready to go for Limeno. Shot taken way over the bar.
Plenty of power, but couldn't direct it.
Here comes the substitution for Limeno.
See who's going off.
See who is coming out.
Is it 22 there?
Yeah, it is Etna, number 22, that is coming off, the striker for Limeno.
He was very useful in attack for Limeno on the day.
Replaced by number 19, Anthony Guevara. Here's an opportunity for SSL. Shot taken! Oh!
Great chance. Just a bit wide. I didn't know if he got a touch or not. It was hard to see from this angle, but.
Let's see here. Good touch, good
in.
turn. Hits it with his left and just pulls that one wide.
Yeah, just went wide with it. Good opportunity, though.
And I said Anthony Guevara earlier for that yellow card. It was actually James Leon who received the yellow, number 18.
Another substitution for Limeno.
And it's going to be the same James Leon who is coming off. He was the one that was getting into that little exchange with the SS man just a few minutes ago. So probably a good call on that substitution.
Yeah, you don't want anybody being dismissed now.
Into the box, slides across, but right into the grasp of the keeper. Quickly switched out. Number 16, Anthony Lopez, is who replaced Leon. Here's an opportunity for SSL.
He's
into the
getting in
box.
there.
Great save for
Oh.
Medina.
Boy, he just commands his area so well there.
Sure hands for the keeper for Limeno.
Looks offside.
Yes, definitely offsides.
Yeah.
Mary Fernandez was right there.
Yeah, I think they were all three offside.
SSL quickly get underway. And that ball's knocked out right into the face of Coach Bruno Kalanji.
Didn't phase him one bit.
He deflected it with his hand and went right back into his pocket.
We do have a Limeno player who's slow to get up.
Say the temperature has been decreasing as we have been sitting here for the last 2 hours of time. That ball is going to be knocked out. Will be a goal kick. Currently 53 degrees here in Snellville, Georgia.
A little bit better than last night.
Last night it started getting down into the very low 40s, and with that 18-mile-an-hour sustained wind, made it feel significantly cooler. Booted forward for SSL here in the 80th minute. Trying to get around the three men. Lays it off. Shot taken, but right into Medina's area.
He was in perfect position off to this right side and couldn't get anything on the shot. Should have done better. But I tell you, Medina's been a boss in that Limeno goal mouth.
Super glue hands so far for Medina. Holding on to everything he can. That one just a dribble into the box, easily controlled by the SSL keeper. Gad's gonna send it out. Tried to head it forward. Was a Yambo, wasn't able to get it to a teammate.
He's off. He was standing
Offsides.
offside. Oh, no, he's down.
Not
She kept the flag down. I think maybe we need to see that again, Larry. I think she was looking at a different player.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless here because Mary Fernandez, yellow card being issued to
dissent
dissent
for that.
for Take a look here.
Yeah, because
You can see she immediately puts her flag up. And then he's got a clear path to goal. We take a look again. You can see she immediately puts her flag up.
Okay, I have a speculation. I think that she was looking that that ball was going to get to a different player that was offside, and it didn't. This is speculation.
Yeah.
And so that's why the flag went down. But it doesn't matter from a defender's point of view.
You have to continue to play.
You have to continue to play because you have to wait for the center official.
Yeah.
You don't look at the linesman because the center official can ignore the AR.
It counted, and it'll be 3-0. SSL
Yeah,
are
that's what they're arguing. They say they saw the flag go up, so they stopped playing.
Yeah.
You know, everything. But, you know, it is it's unfortunate, but you still have to play until you hear the whistle.
SSL are going to feel short-ended on that goal.
I mean, I totally get the frustration from SSL because even when we were looking at it, you saw the flag go up, and then it went right back down. No whistle, I might add. But even I stopped when I saw that flag go up. But that would be my guess. I think she thought either she thought it was going to get to a player that was standing in an offside position, or she noticed that there was another defender maybe on the far side of the field that kept him on, which in that case is, you know, that's the right thing to do. I mean,
Limeno come away. There's a Limeno man down. He's back up. SSL tried to release it, but Limeno back on the attack. He is definitely onside this time.
Yeah.
Shot taken,
Nice
saved,
shot.
but punched out. And it'll be knocked out. Will be a goal kick. I mean, excuse me, a throw. And that's something that is in Limeno's DNA. Once they are on the attack, they are relentless. Another substitution coming on for Limeno late in the match as we are just about to enter the 85th minute. It's going to be number 4, Eduardo Gutierrez, who's coming off. Bring in a little bit more defense for Limeno. Fancy little side flick there from the Limeno man, not able to get to his man, but still trying to attack is Limeno. Carlos Castrion's going to send it forward between the two defenders, but the SSL keeper is going to be there to collect it. So you got a feel for the SSL keeper, Dre. 1 goal scored just on poor communication between him and his defender. The 3rd goal, SSL feels that they were done wrong on a call.
Yeah, it was unfortunate turn of events there. Nothing unfair, just you can understand the frustration of how that transpired.
Collects the ball from the heavens and sends it forward. Another Limeno substitution is ready to go as we're approaching the 87th minute. Expect a few minutes of stoppage time as we've dealt with some injuries and some goals.
Yeah,
and some
injuries,
disagreements.
goals, some disciplinary issues.
It's going to be number 20, Carlos Castrion, who is coming off. Good shift for 87 minutes.
Good solid performance overall for Limeno on the day. A good victory for them that they're about to have. Less than 5 minutes to go, plus extra time.
Sent into the box. It bounces. Offsides is what the AR on this side calls.
Yeah, from the gestures from the AR, he was saying that he was standing off and he came back on. But that's why the flag went up. SSL's second half much better than the first, just haven't been able to get much on the way of attack in the final third, but much better overall. And I think, again, like I say, a little bit more time, we'll see what kind of team develops over the season. Their goal is going to be survival, stay up.
Here's an opportunity into the box, not able to control it. And going to foul the SSL man, and it'll be a free kick for them. Center official saying he does not want to see any type of shenanigans left in the few minutes that we have here. Having that conversation with number 16, Anthony Lopez. SSL just still trying to find some sort of positive attack. That ball bounces off of Limeno. They wanted a foul. They wanted a handball, not going to get it. The AR was literally feet away from that play.
He was in perfect position. Nice move through. Oh, behind the attacker, though. Again, need a little time to learn the runs, how each other reacts to an attack like that. Don't have it just yet. Go back a little bit there.
Always trying to gain an inch or a meter.
Or 10.
Foul committed.
SSL looking for a consolation goal at this point. Take these lessons into the game for next week. They'll have a lot of good ASMG video to look at for analysis.
Into the box, but cleared away by Limeno. '90th minute, Limeno Georgia with a clear 3-0 lead over SSL. Limeno Georgia will be at home next week.
A rematch of the Division I playoff final against Pachuca.
That ball not finding its way onto the pitch. Be a throw for SSL. You can see just no communication right now between the SSL people. Mistake there. Nice sliding tackle to at least get something out of that.
Yeah.
Just all 6s and 7s for this SSL squad right now. They are struggling. So be a corner for Limeno. There'll be an outswinger. Up to the top of the box, cleared away by SSL. Stops. Loses possession, but still able to get it. Another deflection. Foul. Back underway. Cannot get it past the Limeno man. Now he is on the attack.
Oh,
Gets around the first defender, into the box, hits it with his right, deflected off, in, and he misses it.
Oh, no.
That should have been 4-0. Limeno Georgia.
Oh, I will say the way it ricocheted, there must have been a spin on it, and he just it was coming up high against the bar there. And I think when he hit it, he just couldn't get anything on it to direct it back towards goal.
SSL trying to do something here late, but right into Medina's arms.
Should be 4-0.
Alan Medina.
Third minute of injury time here.
Keeper should get man of the match.
Yeah, Medina's been very tall in the Limeno goal. Great start to the season for Limeno. After winning Division I last season, they did lose the playoff final against Pachuca, but they had already earned their place in the Premier by then. Long goal or shot towards goal.
Just going to roll out. We're in the 93rd minute. It's only a matter of seconds before this game will be final. And indeed, there it is. We end the first leg of our doubleheader. Limeno Georgia 3, SSL 0. Don't really need to ask your thoughts on this one, Dre, because it really just comes down to one team that is very knowledgeable about one another and another team that is just struggling to find their identity.
Yeah, one team that's been together for many, many seasons, Limeno. Classic coaching that they have, Mochila there. They've done quite well in the past and really ran through Division I last season. So there's a lot of team cohesion that they have. SSL, a team put together in the last 5 days. And they've had a number of players that were removed from last season. So they have some work to do to get themselves together. But you can tell from the flashes that we've seen, there's plenty of You're having a little discussion still with the referee on the field about that flag. But there's flashes of brilliance that they do have there. So it's just a matter of whether Coach Tiente can gel that into a cohesive team. Because, again, like I said, their goal this season is going to be to survive, to stay in the Premier. And if they can do that, they can build on that going into the future.
Well, that'll wrap it up for us here on the first leg of this doubleheader. We will be back in about 30 minutes for Kalanji Pro Profile and Georgia Athletic. So for Andre Bomar and Krishna Bomar, I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you for watching ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bar for all updates that come from ASMG TV. We will see you next time here on the pitch.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.